two operators. Just like we started, we have different type of operators like a plus, a minus, but there are also other logical operators. Probably at some point you had some logics, and there are some logical operators further on. But for now, let's concentrate on mathematical operators. So let's start. We're going to use a lot of operators because mathematics is, well, tightly together with programming, and well, that means a lot of code you're gonna write, it is going to end up having some mathematical operations, right? So as we can see on this website, if you guys want the link, I sent it wrong. Okay, now I send it to everybody. From this link, we can see all the different type of operators we can see. So obviously the first one, equality, meaning we assign some number to a variable. We did that already at the first step. So we can type x. Well, we already have an x here. So if we again type x is equal something, we will overwrite whatever data is there. So it will print out that x is equal 3. So let's not do that. Let's just go with the ABCs. A is equal 1, and this is the first operator. And we continue on. We can type that b is plus equal no, actually we can type a is plus equal 1, because this one requires you to have something already defined. So that means, in short, that it adds 1 to variable a. It's quite a useful tool for loops for different type of conditions. When you want for each loop for something to increase, then that's what you're going to use. And the other way around, you can also use a is minus equal 1, meaning it will just subtract 1 from variable a. So this way we added 1 to a and we subtracted 1. If we print it, obviously it's just going to be 1, like here. And I'll just write it in the comment. A is equal 1. This way it's easier to see. So over here, a is equal to, and you can guys go ahead and mix up some of this code when you have the time and see if I'm right or not. If you spot any errors, please go ahead and let me know. So going further, we have multiplication operator. If we define b as a 2, then c as a 6, we can view the operation of c times b, and it will give us 12. But also there is another operator that's closely linked to multiplication. It's when you're putting something to the power of another number. So that means it's 6 to the power of 2. I mean, you guys probably might know this type of operand from Microsoft Excel or other platform, but in Python, you just use you type the 2 times multiplication, and that's how you're going to get 6 to the power of 2, meaning 36. Okay. There are some other operands that are not that much used, but well, they are there. So let's just go for them. At least I don't recall using them, but maybe someone finds it nice to use them. So B equal double of itself, meaning that you multiply B by 2. So it's as simple as that. Or for example, this one, divide C by 3. And on their own, this is multiplication and this is obviously division. So we can also print C divided by B. So in this case, 6 divided by 2 equal 3. It's also good to, like I said before, write what we are actually doing. This way, it's going to show very nicely here. C divided by B is equal 3. And over here, I'll just copy this. I put the quotations. And now it's also going to look nicer, right? Yes. Okay, this way it's easier to see. So moving on. Okay, when you put 2 division signs, that means the opposite of putting to the power, meaning I forgot the word. If you guys know it, let me know. But basically, this means the opposite of the power. So that means if we put, let's have a 9, 8, and we take root of the 3rd degree of 8, and we should be getting a 2 out of it. Yeah, I think that's how it's called.
I think that is the square root, maybe.
Yeah, but this is not square. Square root is when it was 2, but this is the cubic root.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's I didn't use it for some time, so I'm getting a bit rusty with these names. But thank you. Yeah, that's the root of, depending on the power of the root, square or cubic. Yes. Okay, so we have another interesting operand, which actually I found useful at some point. So if I'll just maybe print it, because maybe it will show better. So if you have 6, and this sign means the rest from the division by a given number. So if we divide 6 by 5 and we cannot divide it anymore, then it means whatever is left, that's the result of this equation. So in this case, 1. I'll just type it here. Six and 5. But obviously, if we have, let's increase your number by 100. We know 100 is divisible by 5. and it's 20. But this operation is not about how many times we divide it, but whatever is left. Whatever is left from this operation. So that is still a 1. Okay, here 106. I didn't put it there, but it's still the same. So this can be sometimes useful, but I guess that depends, because there are different ways of writing code in Python. You don't have to do it the same way, because with programming, there's many ways of achieving different things. And the thing is, there's never one way of doing things, especially when importing different types of libraries from all over the place. But obviously there are methods, the simpler ones that do less work are usually better, because they're gonna work faster, especially with bigger projects.
Does it mean less work mean the code is shorter, or what do you mean by
No,
less
it
work?
doesn't mean like that. Meaning the code can be longer, but it's about how much the processor is being used for launching the code. For example, if you loop through a big array 2 times, then it's not that much consuming of the power of the processor, of reading from the memory. So it's nice, but some person might achieve the same thing when going through this array, but actually needs to read it 3 or 4 times. Then it's important to try to find the way of.
And
Yes.
how do we know that, like, which type of data is more efficient than the other? Like, is there a way to know?
Well, if you see your code is very, very slow, then that means there might be some issues with it. But obviously we have quite powerful computers nowadays, so it shouldn't be a bit of a big problem, especially for beginners. But later on, like in the programmers world, there are this type of profession that they are checking the code for problems, for efficiency issues. So yeah, you as a programmer, if you're quite good at it, meaning you've been around it and programming for a long time, you might be able to learn a lot more of this type of solutions for writing your code this way, that it's more efficient. But yeah, well, if you're starting, then you're still quite happy that you managed to make something work. And there is a saying, you don't fix something that works and you just let it be. It's also fine, but in time, after you learn to code, it's at some point it's good to look into ways of making the code more efficient. For example, there is this interesting website. Maybe it's not for you guys yet. It's a Code Clash. Over there, there are different challenges, and you can take the challenges no matter the programming language. And some of the challenges say, perform this, writing the least amount of code. And I was writing and writing. I wrote like 6-7 lines. I was happy with myself. And there was this one guy, he wrote just 1 line, but it was quite convoluted and not readable. But he still made it work. And I was surprised how people can do it with
Thank you.
different ways. Yeah. So what else do we have here? I don't think we will need any of the others for now. Yeah, I don't know what this is. I don't think it's important. Anyway, if you guys are interested, there's a link for W Free Schools, and you can check out this stuff. And